Hey, what's going on? This is Malcolm, and I am doing a morning session for M3 Gaming. I've been basically, whenever I take a break to play my game, I figure like go live and stream. It's also a way for me to just vent and possibly come up with topics for you know main live streams. So um, I do a lot of sort of philosophical, psychological topics. They may even delve into spirituality and religion and so forth. And one that I've been exploring a lot recently is acceptance. Um, Accepting that life is imperfect, because I think on a basis level, like from the youngest I can remember, we have a certain expectation for things to be perfect. We don't, we logically know that's not true, but at the same time we act as if perfection is the goal and we know that's impossible. um and I know a lot of people who just don't um vibe with the fact that um that acceptance feels like failure to them. Like if you admit that this goal you had was unrealistic, that you're giving up, which you are giving up, but it's also an acknowledgement that maybe you should never have had that goal in the first place, because it's kind of unrealistic. Like, I mean, I guess I could have the goal of flying or learning how to be psychic. I don't know. Some people actually believe in psychics, but um, I mean, even if you don't, like, I guess you could be whatever psychics are doing, because they do exist. I guess that's a good point. I just don't believe that they have any excess knowledge. Who knows? Point is, um, I saw this video that I was thinking about stitching, and I've never stitched a video on TikTok. So I just said, I think it started off, the line was, there are only two types of people who experience no negative emotions, and those are psychopaths and dead people. I was like, yeah. Um, so why are we not planning for this more? I guess. Yeah. I'm also looking for some inspirational quotes. Usually, I do one at the end of the show. I do plan on doing the news a little differently. Instead of playing a newsreel, I might just have a few slides of each news story. Or I might keep the news down to 90 seconds. I think that might work. Just to introduce the topics. Yeah, 90 seconds of news isn't too bad. It's quite a bit of work today. I don't know. I'm supposed to also be recording with Greg later. I don't know. It's like I'm kind of thinking about um, the podcast recording today. If we do it, it's going to be on Night Vision, which I already released the first half of. Um, may need a refresher on the book before I record. My memory is not that great. um, hmm. Oops, missed it. So I am. I wanted to speak more, but I'm like just getting up. I realize like I usually don't do these streams early in the morning, but ooh, lightning crystals is on. I love this modifier. I get. I already did this for my Hunter and Titan yesterday, because basically this modifier goes away at 1 Eastern, and pretty much after I'm about to eat breakfast in a little bit, but yeah, I'm seriously thinking about making TikTok content. I've actually never done it. I watch a lot of it, and I'm somewhat aware of it, but like actually responding to people and stitching people, I barely even comment on other people's videos, even though I repost them. I just don't feel like I know what I'm doing. That's why I haven't done it before, but um, I don't really need to know what I'm doing. Like I could just mess up and learn from that mistake. It's not that big a deal. Just sort of I've been overthinking it. Uh, but it's Void this week. That's cool. I didn't recognize that before. Void Singe is a lot of fun. I'm kind of using my turrets to give me extra damage resistance right here and standing in a rift. Yay, I think that's false. Am I hungry? I don't think I have too many more of these in me. before I get breakfast. I gotta cook too. Mm, yeah, Mizark Sin is always good. That's what dude is wearing on that void build. I will probably be doing that as soon as Lightning Crystals is done. Switch to auto rifle. Okay. I guess this week I need to start collecting my engrams and some of that other stuff from the vendors. Because I think, yeah, next Tuesday is the new season. They probably have already announced the new season. I don't know. Like what the name of it is, what the artifact looks like. Yeah. Let's see. But it should be good. This is the birthplace of the veil thing.
Finch, picking up some dense darkness moving nearby. Storm congregating in that old worm breeding ground again.
Oh, yeah. Mind we take care of it?
Not at all. Heading in now.
Yeah, I was just thinking I don't have to charge every grenade that I use. The Bleak Watcher is good, but you know, like right here. Damn, this thing fucking rips in the stasis shit. You get the bonus. Like I almost never use this. What that dude is alive? Hmm. I was wondering if I have any auto loading void machine guns. don't think so. Got my super. I usually go the opposite of the guy who's killing everything. I like going up here anyway. Yeah. This is a lot easier to defend this play. I don't know why. The angles. They all come from over there for the most part. I think some come from the stairs. And this guy has a bastion barricade. Pretty awesome. Pretty sure, yeah, I got the solar and machine gun done. I just have auto rifle left. That dude is booking it. He's already in the area where all the enemies are. You know, it just occurred to me, I can totally just get a second mic for my. I have a second mic. I have a Blue Yeti behind me for my PlayStation. I was thinking about how if I want to actually have game chat and the stream chat or whatever, like I'd have to have two microphones. I already have the other one sitting on my desk. Is a USB mic, you know, and it's not as good as the one I'm using right now. The Blue Yeti is pretty good though. It's a good all-in-one beginner mic. It was the first one I got. I just liked the way it looked too. It had this look of like an old-timey radio mic. And I always like that aesthetic. I don't know. I'm just gonna follow them.
Scored it, then Delvin.
Yeah.
You know, thanks for the hard work.
Yeah, they were both pretty good teammates. That was fun. All right. Yeah, old dude was out there slaying out. Like both of them. Yeah, I see. Like they totally doubled all my kills. So I used to be annoyed by that. I absolutely love that because I'm not that dude. I realize that. So taking a look, I'm gonna take a break and come back for um, maybe an afternoon stream after I see what there's going on. Although I actually have a recording with Greg um, this afternoon. So yeah, let me see what I got on the list of topics. So I'm going to be talking about dating. I think for me, dating is one of the more important topics to discuss on the live stream, simply because I don't think we get enough good dating advice, especially from people within our own community. So, I need to do that, and it's also something I'm doing. I'm dating, so uh, it's a lot of emotional regulation that's necessary. Obviously, that you have to have a strong sense of self and what you want and need, but it's also like regulating your fears and so forth. Okay, so I thought I'd switch views for this because I'm not really playing the game right now, but wanted to say a few things about the topics that I'm running today, and I might use this as a preview or whatever because I'm starting to realize like I could use the additional help for that. So, amongst the topics I'm going to bring up in dating advice is about how fast do you ask for commitment, And one of the videos was from last week. I'm going to play that one simply because I was holding on to for a while. And it is about the idea that you can be showing full commitment to someone you don't even know yet and you haven't really gotten to know. Or there's also the concept of not letting the other person dictate what your boundaries are as far as like commitment. When do you ask to be official or exclusive? That sort of thing. The other dating tip or video that I was going to play had to do with somewhat the opposite. Like when you're in the very, very early stages and someone is increasingly showing that they have commitment issues, right? And they read all kinds of things into your looking for a relationship. So there was this video of someone who was just like, I went on a date with the guy. It was, very flowing. The conversation was good. We were clicking. When it was over, I thought, oh yeah, we're definitely going on another date. But what happened was when I actually hit them up, they had gotten inside their own head about the fact that the date going well meant that it was going to lead to a relationship sooner than they were ready to be in one. And instead of going down that road, they just short-circuited it right away and said, oh, I'm not looking for anything real. Catch you later. And the person in the video is like, I'm just completely perplexed because I never said I was looking for a relationship. I never, we were just going out and having fun. And I said, why are people in such a rush to get to this destination? Isn't dating itself supposed to be fun, right? Like you're meeting new people, you're discovering, perspectives maybe that you've never heard of, because you're both interested in meeting someone or either for dating or whatever. You're in this exploratory phase where, you're not going to be there long, right? Like what if it does turn out into a relationship? That dating part is like the good part. Like when you met, like every couple has that sort of origin story, and why are you rushing the origin story? Don't you want that to be the good part? Like how you met, if you plan on being with this person for years or whatever, if you have that intention. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Like I have like a billion origin stories for relationships that will never happen. They may have happened in my mind or my wishes or my dreams or whatever. But at the same time, those are good experiences. And so turning dating into a chore is really, really sad because it can be fun. It's not fun for me right now. I should say that. Like I'm saying I've had fun. And I'm saying these things to remind myself, like dating can be fun. So I usually like to do some sort of racial justice issue. And one of them, this creator makes some really good videos. It makes me think. And I think about the contrarians or those who will say, well, what about this injustice? So like, let's say, your goal is to, talk about the solidarity of the Black community around police violence against Black people, whatever it may be. I saw some videos recently about it being 7 years, 7-year anniversary of Colin Kaepernick's taking a knee in the NFL, basically tanking his career, but also revitalizing a conversation about police violence. It's memorable because of how ridiculous it is, like how being pro-black is seen as being anti-American, and the truth is, you may be anti-your American, but the realization that I'm coming to is that blackness is quintessentially American, right? Like racism is quintessentially American. There's nothing more American than being black, right? Like there's that. That's what it is. It's a very unique thing. In fact, a lot of what trickles through and is uniquely American culture comes from black people simply because the white colonists typically just borrowed from European culture, which makes sense because they still were tied to their own culture. So you just kind of borrow from it, and so there's not as much new, through that cultural pipeline. For us, we were completely separated from our culture. We had to kind of make up shit, and it's fascinating the kind of things that we came up with. Whole worldviews and models of the world. One of the things I found fascinating was, our enslaved ancestors trying to remember or share what it was like in the motherland, right? And giving people ideas of what African tribes and nations were. And they got all of it wrong, first of all. It should be noted. They got a lot of it wrong. I'm going to say all of it. But it's interesting to see what could be remembered through that distorted lens. And black people are awesome. Just say like that. We are. People are awesome, but like when you put people through something like what we've been through, what our ancestors have been through, like it is amazing. What survives, what thrives, what comes out of it. A lot of beautiful things can be made of pain. It's not justifying it. Don't get me wrong. It's not okay, but it's also to be celebrated and studied. Anyhow, point being, one of the things that annoys me sometimes in the black community is the whataboutism, or I don't know, the struggle Olympics, right? So, like, if someone is protesting one thing, they'll be saying, like, yeah, but what about this thing? What about the oppression of gay people, the oppression of women, all of the intersectional oppression that we face as black people, because we are not one identity, we're many. And I'm annoyed by it sometimes, because I might have engaged in it a few times, but it's kind of like, why are you pissing on someone else's party? And sometimes universalizing the sort of disdain that, say, some black men have for black women to every black man, like some of us don't fall into that category. I mean, I get the idea that you would want there to be some attention to it, and when we are paying attention to it, like have some accurate, engaging conversations about how it affects different identities and communities, right? But I don't feel the need to like put out someone else's, fire, their motivation. When people are fired up about a thing, why are you like destroying the momentum by adding something else on? Let's ride this out. You know what I mean? And I think that's what they were kind of talking about in this video. But I get it. I guess, everybody has their own interests in hobby horses and things. Let me see what else. I have one on. What's this one?
Talks about how it just like that is actually a show about getting.
Oh yeah. That was kind of interesting. I could maybe do that. All right. So on that note, it is 10 o'clock and I am hungry, so I will bid you adieu as soon as I find out which buttons I have to press. Let me just start here.